Like to talk about a common mating pattern which is called the Arabian mating. And basically what happens here is that the knight, as you can see, is supporting the rook, and the rook is delivering the check, and king cannot move because obviously in this case it's blocked by the rook or some other piece, and this piece is covered by the rook itself. And let's see how this can occur. To illustrate this pattern, I'm going to choose an interesting game played by Emanuel Lasker. He was the great German world chess champion and the longest in the history of chess for 27 years. So let's see how this game went. Thank you. Playing the king pawn, and this is the French defense. And here you can see the pawn is being attacked, being defended by the knight. Double attack on the pawn, and pinning the knight, and then again the double because the bishop has been moved here, so the knight is no longer pinned. And this is a good move. Sometimes it can work in your games as well, where now you are the knight has to be moved, otherwise it will be taken. So the knight moves to a safe square on the other side and is taken. The queen takes it, and it seems like a pretty neutral position at this time. You're threatening to take this piece and check and take this hanging rook, and it's a good save. So queen is now protecting this, and kicking back the knight goes back to the only square that was available. And this tension is kind of left here by Lasker, and just moving this pawn up and supporting this pawn. And the knight is making a good development move. This second knight is also making a development move. And I guess at this point the opponent decided that it was not worth keeping the knight on this side, and they want to move it to this side of the chessboard. And just developing the queen, allowing it some access to these squares on this side. So that's what it is being done. Here it's kind of a pawn storm, where the pawns are just kind of coming up here and attacking on this side. This knight could be in trouble, so just move it to a safer square and move it on this side of the board. And yeah, this is a good move. Now you can see these two squares are now being attacked, and is very well supported by this pawn chain. And the knight continues its move onto this side of the board, and here wants to relieve some tension by trying to exchange the pawns, but let's see, just kind of ignored, and making a development move on the bishop, castling on the short side, and castle on both Lasker and the opponent just castles, and then the knight is moved on this side. I'm not sure why it is moved on this side, possibly going over here. We'll see. And trying to break this pawn chain on this side of the board. And other knight also joins in. Looks like they want to do a queen side attack, and just supporting this pawn now so that it's not just kind of hanging there. And this is introducing more tension, that very few exchanges are happening in this game. And queen moves to a little bit of a safer square, and then the developing move and connecting the two rooks on the back. And this is an exchange, and is attacking this, and you can see the Lasker takes this, and then is being protected by the queen, so it's good all over here. This bishop is coming to this side of the board, so it can defend. And threatening the knight goes back. And this is kind of the start of the Arabian mate. Here you can see it's being lined up on this side, just facing straight. Now the rook is being attacked, so it has to be moved. So it move on this side of the board, so it can also join in this side of the attack. And moving it to a safer square, so it doesn't get kind of stuck in this position. And here this is like a rook left, and it might be moving onto this square. So let's see what happens. A knight is coming, trying to defend on this, and this is an interesting move, maybe making a place for the queen to move here perhaps. And the knight is coming to this side of the board, even adding into more difficult position. but no, so I was wrong. It is basically making a move from here to there and just kind of attacking on this side and threatening this bishop. Bishop takes. Now the queen is left here, and here comes the rook supporting this pawn. And now this was the rook lift I was talking about. It moves over here, so now it's double attack on this pawn, and the attack is removed by moving this pawn up. And here comes the Arabian mate pattern, where basically is attacking the rook and this, and the only way you can kind of remove this is by taking the queen could take this, but I don't think opponent wants to use the queen, so he moves this rook over here. And then the second rook is joining the party, so we can barrel down on this one. And yeah, so this is now threatening to take the knight, so the knight is actually might be at a risk. So the queen is essentially joining the attack and making so it's a queen sacrifice for the rook. And instead of doing that, the knight is moved up here and is kind of double attacking this queen, and this queen is attacking this knight as well. So what happens is rook is delivering the check. The only way to escape this is either to move. You cannot move here because the knight is stopping it, so the rook has to take it. So the rook takes it, and this is come where the beautiful blow, the queen sacrifice attacking this. The only way to stop this is have the rook take it, and then this is the final blow of the Arabian mate, and you can see the checking pattern. Thank you for this short screencast. Hope you enjoyed it, and you have a great day.